doubt about it. Losi is going big for 2026. The 5TE 3.0 and now this, the 5T 3.0 gas truck. We've been waiting for this one, guys. The one that roars, the one with lots of power, with smoke billowing out, four-wheel drive. This thing is gigantic, and it's certainly going to be a blast to drive. I am going to take a 3-hour trip to New Hampshire just to run this thing on one of the biggest tracks. You don't want to miss it. But before I pack this up and hop into the Jeep, let's take a closer look at this machine. Here we go, RC drivers. The Losi 5T 3.0 out of the box, and it looks like they saved the really cool color scheme for the gas truck. Absolutely love this dark gray with the yellow panels in the back. Just like the electric truck, it is the injection molded polypropylene 6-panel body. Tons of screws holding it down to the inner roll cage. Actually like the look of the front of this a little bit better with the dark gray. You can see it's got the rubber valance down below, really solid bumper behind it. Spare tire mounted to the back. They've got the window netting, just a really cool looking truck. And I did notice that a couple decals are pulling up here and there, but all you gotta do is hit it with a heat gun, push it down, and you're good to go. These things go through a lot of temperature changes while they're shipped, and sometimes that will happen. It's happened for years and years and years with ready to runs. But anyway, definitely like it's got the Chris Higgin name on there as well. That guy knows so much about large scale RC. And let's check out the wheels and tires. So these are the Proline Mirage 8.5-inch, guys. These things are huge. Really firm insert on the inside. These are actual beadlock wheels. The hex is reinforced with a seal insert in there. And yeah, like the electric truck, I'm sure these are gonna give us plenty of traction. Again, full-size spare on the back. To take the body off, you got 2 body pins underneath the front bumper, 2 on the back area here, and then you've got these pull bars on the side to pop the body off. You don't have to pull it out of posts and cups on the rear bumper like the older truck. This is much easier to remove. And here's the machine with the body off. A lot of this is gonna look familiar if you saw my 5TE video. Big changes obviously in the center, but let's start off with the front. So again, here is that bash bumper. It's a lot more built up than the previous version. Definitely like the bracing behind it as well. Let's get into the suspension, which is based off the championship winning Team Losi Racing 8 platform. We've got some really solid components here. 5mm thick aluminum shock tower. These 32mm bore shocks, absolutely massive, with tapered pistons on the inside, heavy duty seals. You can see it's got the rubber boots on there as well. The lower shock perches are captured, and bleeder screw up top. Aluminum caps, of course, threaded. Weight springs on the front, weight springs on the rear. I'll show you that in a little bit. And then, you know, the arm, so it's got a lot more meat around the shock mounting area, a lot less flex in these arms. Still have the inner aluminum hinge pin plates with the composite caps over it, sway bars front and rear, adjustable turnbuckles for the camber, both front and rear, and then you've got the signature Losi 8 caster blocks and steering knuckles. So everything works nice and free. And just a little heads up here, you're gonna notice 2 different screws down on the arms for the shocks. One is a reverse thread, so it doesn't back out when the suspension is traveling up and down, and this thing has got some serious pack to it. It is heavy duty, guys. And then the rear, it's a similar look to the previous version, but they revised the arms again. The rear bulkhead is actually the same. You've got the big 5mm thick shock tower, the 32mm bore shocks, and I believe that the outer hub carriers are the same. We've got pins in there captured with nuts, all the things you would want out of this. Heavy duty adjustable turnbuckles, and you could go and adjust everything as well, because this is a racing truck. We're gonna go take this thing to a track. You gotta hold out for it. Let's get through the rest of the stuff. Let's get into the chassis now. So this is a bit different. 5mm thick machine chassis, press bent on the sides for extra rigidity. You've got pockets milled in to reduce weight. However, what they did was they added a secondary plate on top here to help stiffen the center section of this truck. So if you look down, you can see this additional plate. That's 4mm thick. So 5mm thick chassis, 4mm thick support plate in here. So you got 9mm of T6 6061 aluminum to brace it up, and then the composite braces front and rear as well. You've got the signature 8 top plate here, but it doesn't have a little screw hole for a buggy body mount. So I thought that was interesting. I wonder if we're gonna see a buggy from them. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And then you've got the updated steering rack here, and this one's got the separate Ackerman plate. The old one used to be a arc shape in the center, but this is a really heavy heavy duty bell crank setup, servo saver built into it. You got the push-pull tie rods here with a cast aluminum servo horn on top, all sorts of beefed up. Then again, the mud guards are different. It's got the aluminum posts here that key into that clipping body system. And let's move into the driveline. So this is a little bit different from the electric. Basically, actually the front is the same. The front gear case, it's got a sealed gear differential in there, hardened steel gears and internal metal gears. And I like that the diff cups have the inserts in it for the cross pins, so the cross pins don't walk into the gear cases. Full ball bearings, dog bone go into the center differential, and then the rear gearbox. The rear gearbox is the offset style, so that's how they get the larger motor in here. With the electric, they went back to a centrally mounted bevel pinion setup in the gear case. So you can see with the offset, you know, gives you that space there. And then they gave us the metal inserts in there, which is so crucial to keep in that rear gear case just solid because there is a lot of power going through that. Then you got CV drive shafts out to the hexes, and you can see they've thrown some rubber boots on here with the aluminum ring just to protect those CVs. The center is dog bones, and you've got CVs up front as well. And a crucial part of the driveline is, of course, the braking. So this has been upgraded from what I could tell from the previous version. So we've got these vented discs, and we've got the plates up tops with the pads. Then you have your brake rods up top that allow you to adjust the brake bias. So it comes with 60% front brake and 40% rear brake. But this center differential mount is decomposable, so you can pull the center diff out from the top. I like that it's got this extra brace here that goes over to the clutch housing. And the engine is keyed in place with these inserts here that correspond with the pinion that you're running on it. So that's not gonna move around, set your gear mesh perfectly every time. And then under the clutch bell housing here, it appears to be their standard 2-shoe clutch setup. Now into the engine. So this is a Fujiwara 35.2 cc based on the Zenoa engines. See the Zenoa logo up top there. You got a much bigger engine than the previous generation, which I believe was a 29cc. And you can see it just got your standard size muffler. Here's your air intake, and the carburetor is adjustable. There's your choke, and then your pull starter is in the back. There's your kill switch, spark plug, and then of course you've got your massive fuel tank over here. Over into the electronics, they've got the S1000 MT metal top, metal gear servo here, 1,000 ounces of torque, and then a Spectrum S1000 servo for the throttle and brake. Massive receiver box with an SR615 receiver, and this has a gas mode that has a gas failsafe built into it, but multiple channels as well. Waterproof, and then you've got your battery box back here. You are going to need to supply the battery, which leads me over here to the other stuff that you get in the box. So you get the Spectrum DX3 radio system, your basic trims, and yeah, comfortable system to use. They give you some tools. You got your spark plug wrench there, shock wrenches, Allen wrenches, some foam pads, engine manual, and then the full manual itself. You are going to need a charger to go along with that. So they're suggesting that you use the S155 charger. Plus, you're gonna need some fuel for it. I already hit up the hobby shop. We're gonna go load this beast up now. I'm gonna go take a long trip to give you guys some killer action on this truck. So before you go out and drive one of these things, obviously you have to break in the engine if you want this thing to last a while. I've got some VP Racing Power Mix Fuel 25-to-1. Picked that up at the local hobby shop. Shout out to the Hobby Center in Newtown for that. Threw it in the tank already, and now we're gonna prime this bad boy. There we go. Throw the choke on. And I think I heard a pop. I'll take the choke off. Look at that, guys. Well, RC drivers, I think this is gonna be one of the most epic test drives you're ever gonna see on the channel. Got up at 7 o'clock this morning to come up to New Hampshire, drove through Connecticut, through Massachusetts, Vermont, and I'm at Rocky Hill Raceway now, and the drive was absolutely worth it. This track is absolutely awesome. So many challenges to test out the new 5. We've got big jumps, little jumps, decision makers, elevation changes. I can't wait to run this thing. Let's go hit it. All right, guys, got a few practice laps in, and we are ripping with the 5T. This track is awesome, guys. It's about a quarter of a mile in length. It's gonna take you about a minute to get around the track. I think they were saying like fast laps are like 55 seconds, maybe 50. But the perfect test spot for this. That was full rip. We got that can muffler on there, so that's gotta hold this thing back a little bit. But it handles well. Like I haven't, I flipped it once so far. Got some tight sections to go through here, the squeeze. It's been a long time since I've run fifth scale. Went and doubled that one. Just trying to keep the speed up through here. Oh man, once you throw a pipe on here, I think it's gonna open things up. Good under braking. Again, we got more front brake in this. I think I found the line there. Just take it high, carries your speed. Alright, so the guys just talked me into going in the reverse direction, so I got to relearn this a little bit. But while we were talking, they were telling me that a fast lap around here is about 56 seconds. And with this bone stock truck, my best lap so far was 1 minute and 6 seconds. So 10 seconds off with a completely stock heavy truck with a can muffler on there. I think it's a pretty good deal. Alright guys, here we go. Spare tire is off. Takes about a pound off the truck. That'll help out. Here, topping out there. So it's pretty planted with these tires. I think for bashing around, you guys are gonna have some fun with it. But for those of you guys that want to race, probably want to look at the Pro Line tires. That'll lighten things up a bit too, get some more acceleration out of it. Now I had the track owner Sean try it out, and Matt, who is the track operator. So I'm talking and driving at the same time. And these guys are pretty into it. They weren't actually sure at first after driving the TE. Oh, that was crazy. They weren't sure how this was going to do, and they're actually pretty surprised about it. They're saying tires, a pipe, and you're good to go with this thing. Take the spare tire off the back. You're going to put down some pretty good laps with it. Oh, we're clearing that now. So yeah, that tire removal makes a big difference. Pretty planted in the corners. Once you do get it sideways, there's a lot of correction going on, but it's still manageable, guys. Can't slide it around that though. Plenty of brake. Take this high again. There we go. Butter. Nice and smooth through that. And then the other thing is you can correct it off of jumps much better than the 2.0. Cross up the wheels. Get the truck settled in and it just plants itself. I'm having an absolute blast with this truck, guys. If you're into it, I'll have a link for it in the video description below. I put a lot of effort into this one, guys. So yeah, that helps support the channel when you use that link. Or visit your local hobby shop and definitely let me know what you think about the truck in the comment section below. Yeah. So guys, the trip to Rocky Hill Raceway in New Hampshire, absolutely worth it. Killer track and awesome people behind this track too. Sean, Matt helped me out a lot. Heard they built a really cool community here. So if you're anywhere in the area, definitely check out this track, support it. Now, as far as the truck goes, I mean, this thing ran really well. As you guys saw, handles awesome. I just went over the truck, not really seeing any issues with it. I did actually shut the switch off in a crash once. I did an endo and that shut the switch off. So you might want to check out your switch options there. The body pops up over the front bumper. We saw that on the electric. Runs much better without the spare tire on the back. Yeah, it definitely looks cool, but yeah, add some tires to this thing, a pipe, and go for it. This thing is gonna be so much fun.